In 1974, the late Jill Frances Murphy would finally be given the chance to publish the first in a series of 8 successful and beloved children's books, lasting till 2018. The Worst Witch is the story of a rather unlucky witch with a heart of gold and motivation to match. A story that would enrapture children worldwide and be turned into 2 TV series, several spin-offs, a new-gen movie and even stage plays. But none of these would be as obscure and irrationally lovable as the made-for-British TV movie from 1986, The Worst Witch, featuring firm show favourite Tim Curry in what is likely his most endearing role of... I'll get there later. I really wish Dance Break Guy was here for this, but alas, yes, this is a musical. No, there's no stage musical, and we're just gonna look at the movie as is. So, without any further ado, The Worst Witch. We begin... Oh god, really? That's the first frame? Wow, this is gonna be more painful than I thought. However, let me introduce you to our main cast, aka the people with names. I have to do this now because the movie is expecting you to know the book, which is not a bad thing at all, but it makes it a little harder to follow at times if, like me, you don't. Anyway, characters. Mildred Hubble, our main character, the titular Worst Witch. Ethel, the bully, our main character's nemesis. Mrs. Heartbroom, the main teacher, who dislikes Mildred for no real reason. Miss Cackles, the headmistress and owner of the academy. Mildred's friend and the bully's allies. The rest, to be honest, makes it a little hard to keep track, so I'll be sticking to the aforementioned ones, and mention the others when they're on screen or relevant. Alright, with all of this out of the way, let's get actually started, shall we? The movie starts with this line delivery.
Good morning, Miss Cackle. Good morning, Miss Heartbroom. Lovely morning.
And has us following Miss Heartbroom on her, well, broom, to ring the bell with her wand, while the kids are walking by the rope that the bell is tied to.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the worst witch of them all?
Okay, movie, I understand you want to establish magic and all that, but sometimes the easier solution is better. Either use a spell to ring the bell from the floor, or pull the rope. There's no reason to fly up there. Let's put a pin in that soapbox for later. Something tells me I'll be circling around to this one. A lot. Anyway, one rendition of Hard Knock Life later.
It's a hard knock life for us. It's a hard knock life for us.
Not quite. More like this.
Will I ever learn to fly? Growing up isn't easy.
Mildred.
Anyone.
It's a whole lot of school stuff, and things going wrong and being bullied. You know, young adult stuff. No critique, just making a statement. And the whole thing feels eerily similar to another British wizarding boarding school movie. Can't really put my finger on it. No turfs welcome, though. Except in an all-female boarding school instead. So, obviously, we start with potions, because that's what those movies do.
Come on, come on, come on. No textbooks, Maud. Either you know it or you don't. You can't fake a potion.
What do you mean you can't fake a potion? Recipes exist for a reason. We don't consider cooking faking it now, do we?
She's got X-ray eyes.
The potion for today is the laughter potion. 2 to a cauldron. You have exactly 3 minutes.
The whole thing doesn't go particularly well for Mildred.
I never dreamed she'd give us the laughter potion. I've never seen her laugh. How much? Oh, I'm not sure. Just throw in a handful. Oh, 2 handfuls. Throw in the lot.
She is the worst witch after all. Can't forget to establish that.
You may take a small sip of the potion to test it. Not too much, we don't want hysterics.
So, after the whole class is done with their fake laughing, how would you even test this properly? Anyway, they turn invisible.
Weird. So do I. It's like I'm not all there. Me too.
Cauldron number 2.
And after some cruel treatment,
Sit still until you reappear.
Yes, Miss Hardroom.
You, Mildred Hubble, will go straight to Miss Cackle's office and explain exactly why you have failed your potion test so miserably. Class dismissed.
the class is dismissed after what feels like only 5 minutes. And they are left alone. I don't know. The reactions of everyone here feel weird. I don't know. Look, if I accidentally turned myself invisible and was then left unsupervised, the shenanigans I'd be getting up to while I'm invisible are too many to count. And I'd assume my teachers to know this and not leave us out of their sight by whatever means necessary.
My boots, come over here. That is a remarkable spell.
Some very cute green screen effects later, they reappear, where they have been left. Weird kids. Also, Grim Fandango called. They want their models back.
Buenos días.
Now we finally get to meet Miss Cackles, the head mistress, on the phone to her niece.
Hello? Oh, come in, come in. No, not you, Donna.
The name slips me.
What? Yes, Donna.
Damn.
I'll expect you any moment. Goodbye, Donna.
I don't know. I'm sure it'll come to me.
That was Donna.
I'll just rewrite this bit. Anyway, moving on.
Now, Mildred, what can I do for you? Oh, dear, Mildred. Oh, dear. You must be the worst witch in the entire school.
Miss Cackles decides to rob little Mildred of all her hopes and aspirations by flat out telling her she's the worst witch the Academy has ever seen.
No. Was I nasty enough for you? Good. Now run along and do remember what I said.
Roberta! That's it! No. Oh, well, whatever.
Donna's arrived.
I find the teachers in this movie to be mostly useless as educators and fully useless as pedagogical personnel. You just don't treat children like this. What's wrong with you all?
He thought she was a slimy frog. Imagine kissing that. Imagine kissing HB.
Even the dorm room situation feels quite familiar, except of course...
Is that so?
Stranger danger!
I would think, after your disastrous performances today, you should hardly be spreading disgusting gossip.
The movie has a similar scene later on that I'm gonna talk about in depth, but just WTF?
And you had both better pay much more attention to your studies if you ever hope to graduate from this institution.
There's so much insignificant padding and exposition in this movie, it keeps interrupting itself.
Pleasant nightmares.
lord, she's terrifying. Wait, what's with the Mr. Bean music?
Go to sleep. I can't. Why not? I'm afraid of the dark.
Anyway, the next morning at assembly,
Just listen to them, Delilah. How dare they?
we all sing a song, while the B-plot suddenly listens in and tries to interrupt this movie.
Hated them both. Come on.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
But much like Mildred over here, I won't let it. I'll deal with the B-plot when it actually becomes relevant, so skip it. Good lord, they are still singing! And I really wish they could agree on anything here, but from lyrics to melody to notes and octaves, nothing matches. However, remember the rules. No making fun of child actors. Sorry, Miss Cackles, I interrupted. Announcement time.
Terrific singing, girls. And now I have a wonderful surprise for you.
Yay, surprises!
The special guest for our Halloween celebrations this year is to be... Are you ready?
Yes, Miss Cackles!
The Grand Wizard!
The who now?
Yes. It is very exciting. Now, we have... Oh,
Dear. No.
Oh my god, she's a witch! Sorry.
There was a time when I was a girl, when witches were persecuted, reviled, and burned at the stake. It was Magdalena Cackle, my mother, who had the courage to fight for the formal education of witches. She was the first witch's liber.
There's some fight left in that woman, and I love her passion. But clearly Miss Hart, broom up her butt, seems to disagree with me.
Let's get to the point. The kittens.
To top the whole morning off, everyone is getting a kitten. And long spiel short, every cat is black, but Mildred's.
Mildred? Oh. I'm so sorry, darling. We ran out of black ones.
Oh, I'm calling mine Midnight. What are you going to call yours? Blackie. How can you call it Blackie? 'Cause it isn't. Oh, it might get a complex.
Can't say I have ever inspected cat mental health that closely before.
Oh, well. I'll call it Tabby then.
Anyway, we settle on Tabby and off we fly. No, really, it's flying lesson time, and once again, the similarities between this and this other obscure wizarding boarding school movie are getting a little uncanny.
Oh, look, here she comes. Oh, isn't she wonderful?
I shall demonstrate first.
Miss Spellbinder is very happy to show off her, well, talent is what I think they want me to call this, but it's just unnecessary. So now it's their turn, and it goes as well as you expect.
Are you all right, Tabby?
Mildred crashes, and that dismisses the class.
Look out!
There's the bell. Class dismissed.
These teachers have zero sense of time. side note, if you've been sitting here, much like me, wondering just why Mildred looks so familiar, it's because that's Veruja Balk, who also portrayed Dorothy Gale in Return to Oz, and another notable role includes Nancy Downs in The Craft, staying true to her witching roots.
Ethel Hallow shows promise. Mildred Hubble, anything but.
Oh, give the girl a chance, Hardbroom. It's only her first term.
Miss Keckles and Miss Hardbroom have a short discussion about the students, and Hardbroom is once again unnecessarily cruel. But at least Mildred doesn't hear it this time.
I have a nose for trouble, Cackle. Mark my words, Mildred Hubble will never graduate as a witch from this academy.
It's lunch, which means the little girls get to swoon over a portrait of Tim Curry.
I think I'm in love.
Some things never change, I guess. Anyway, lunch.
Don't you ever worry that you're just not cut out to be a witch?
Which seems to be an unhealthy serving of self-doubt.
No. Look out, girls. There's Mildred, the disaster area.
Which apparently comes with a side of bullying. A whole lot of bullying, actually. It's real cruel and not pleasant, so I'll skip it. But you needed to know.
Natalie. Gloria. Verity.
Sometime later, it's apparently time for games.
You're sure you know how to play terror tag?
Terror tag. And after the stupid spiel of who gets picked last, why yes, I got picked last every time. Why are you asking? No, I'm not bitter at all. Shut up!
Hurry up, Ethel. Choose. We haven't got all day. All right. I choose Bubbles.
Anyway, terror tag. You hide and seek and hunt to scare someone from the opposite team.
Mildred Hubble again. Scream from dawn undercover. First point to the blues.
Very simple. We get to watch Mildred being scared a lot before scaring a lot. And then this. Very unsportswoman-like, but I'm not gonna lie, it's kinda funny.
Mel! What's the matter? She cheated! She wore a mask! What mask?
What do you mean, what mask? The one in the bathroom right next door! Literally!
Or I'll turn you into a frog. A frog? You turn me?
Some more mocking and bullying, instead of anyone going into the bathroom, naturally. And the end result is, Ethel gets turned into a pig. No, really.
Ethel Hallow is now a frog. It was. Not quite.
How could this happen to me?
And somehow, through all of this, no teacher has present. Miss Hardbroom, your ears must have been burning. Quick caveat while I get resettled. The phrase, your ears must have been burning, originates in old Roman times. Pliny wrote in 77 AD. It is acknowledged that the absent feel a presentiment of remarks about themselves by the ringing of their ears. In other words, when others talk about you, your ears are ringing. Over time, with language variations, ringing turned to a vocal burning, and now both are used interchangeably. Why yes, this is absolutely a case of I wrote a joke, got curious about etymology, and I'm now desperately trying to find a use for that information. Anyone remember the horse steps that started the quick caveat in the first place? Probably not. The Phantom Review is still my least watched video. Hey Snow, Yes, Dance Break I called. You should probably give him a ring back when you get a chance. Yeah, I'll give him a call. Thank you. Here goes nothing, I guess. Hi, it's Dance Break Guy. Is Snow there? No need to bother him. Just let him know that I'm not quite ready yet. I'm at my friend's. Yes, I'll still be there. Yes, I signed the contract. Thanks. How did we get here? How the hell? And left. Close on the steeple of the church. How did I get here? How the hell? Heathers. The Heathers Review last year. How could a night so frozen be so scalding hot? How can a morning this mild be so raw? Why are entire years strewn on the cutting room floor of memory? When single frames of one manic night forever flicker in close-up on the 3D IMAX of my mind. That's poetic. I'm pathetic. Why did Snow knock on this guy's door and dare to choose that phone booth back where Simba set up his spot? When did the fourth wall break down? Why am I the witness? And when I capture it on film, will it mean that it's the end and I'm alone? Oh, hey. Yeah. You're doing what? Yeah, I thought it'd be easy enough to do on my own. I'm here. We can do this. Hey, I'm still in the middle of the review. You won't be out until later. But since you're here, learn this. Yeah. Really? Are we really doing Rent references between ourselves now? Like, really? What's next? Hiring a new guy? What is your problem with me anyway? Oh, so it's an act. Anyway, where were we? Right, back to Miss Heartbroom being incredibly silly. Yeah! Stop that! Also, that's an absolutely silly way to travel, especially fast. Like, hot damn, how do you keep control over where you're going if everything is spinning? Also, how do you not knock everything over? Anyway, stop getting distracted. There's a problem that needs solving. I mean, that pig cheated.
What is this animal doing here? And where is Ethel?
I am Ethel. Mildred Hubble turned me into a pig.
Is that true?
No? Nothing about the cheating allegations? Fine. I guess getting Ethel back into being a human is more important. I disagree, but sure, movie, I'll follow your lead. But only this time.
A witch must be in control of her magic, at the peak of her potency. I suggest you go to the library and look up reversal spells and take that
Ethel, Miss Heartbroom.
Ethel with you.
Clearly, Miss Heartbroom is quietly impressed and makes sure the learning doesn't stop here. She may not be the best person, but at least she's got some decency as a teacher. Credit where credit is due.
I can't believe this is happening, Mildred Hubble.
Come on, Ethel.
Either way, Off to the library they, trot.
Ethel, they weren't laughing at you, you know. It was just that they didn't expect to see a pig.
I don't believe you. There was something else as well, wasn't there?
There's a lot of boring waffle about nothing in this movie.
Well, the smell kind of upset them, too.
How dare you say I smell?
Oh, I'm sorry, Ethel. I didn't mean that you smell. I
Which is saying a lot, seeing as it's less than 70 minutes long.
just meant that, well, you know, pigs smell.
I think you're horrid.
I'm sorry.
And yet, it feels like an eternity.
I'm really upset now.
Ethel,
Oh my god, pigs can loaf!
I know how you must feel, but please, don't be so sensitive.
Mildred is incredibly nice and gentle, which, frankly, makes her a better person than me.
Oops.
And who is this? Ethel Hallow, Miss Spellbinder. Ah.
Everyone is weirdly understanding of the situation, which, yeah, I get it. Ethel is a monster, but... I really thought I had a point here.
I'm going to get you.
This is all your fault, not mine.
Get on with it.
Has no one ever taught you not to bite the hand that feeds you? However, in a cruel twist, it is actually us that are getting bitten by this nightmare fuel of a special effect.
But I'm feeling rather strange. What's happening? What's happening?
Oh, you're back. That's an improvement, Ethel, I think.
Anyway, one rand and a lukewarm burn later, Ethel is back.
Oh, no.
Give me that. Go back to your seat.
She runs away to the closest available picture of Tim Curry, and even Mrs. Hardroom is swooning. As I said, some things never change. This whole thing is ridiculously undercut by, well...
We will all have our chance to meet the Grand Wizard.
I can't get over that.
Have you any idea how many invitations the Grand Wizard receives on Halloween?
You lot need to stop calling him that. It's making me supremely uncomfortable.
Our class has been selected to present the broomstick display.
However, not as uncomfortable as her description of a display for Tim Curry.
We shall begin in single file. Each of you sinking and rising in an undulating serpentine formation.
However, the rest doesn't sound any better.
Then we shall move seamlessly into a large V, reminiscent of wild geese in flight.
And believe it or not, it only gets hornier.
Our demonstration will proceed to a dramatic series of nosedives where we will swoop down and pull up our broomsticks a split second before hitting the ground.
And now, the grand climax!
Finally, we shall fly in a graceful, I repeat, graceful Mildred circle. Broomstick to broomstick.
Can I have a cigarette?
Any questions? Good.
No, but apparently fantasy doesn't bring the same relief, so she is once again unnecessarily cruel to Mildred.
And Mildred, you will have to radically improve to be even considered for the team.
Anyway, we are trialing for the broom display for Tim Curry.
Good luck, Mel. Good luck.
It is precisely what you expect it to be, Mrs. Heartbroom dishing out points for flying, all while girls sit on brooms in front of green screens. Nothing special other than needlessly debasing Mildred again.
That's very good. Who's that? Oh, Mildred Hubble. 4.
However, the results are in and
The following girls have been selected to play for the Cackle Academy's broomstick formation team. Ethel Hallow.
in a shocking turn of events,
Mildred Hubble.
Thank you, Miss Heartbroom.
Mrs. Heartbroom gives Mildred the chance to prove herself.
But your hard work and dedication have not gone unnoticed.
And giving her legit and honest praise. Once again, credit where credit is due.
I have a spare broom. Mildred can borrow it. It's a very obedient broom.
Thank you, Ethel. Run along and fetch it.
Ethel, however, is scheming again.
Listen to me, and listen carefully. We're going to fix Mildred Hubble, once and for all.
And this time, she's being dangerous.
When I say faster, I order disaster.
And once again, a cursed broom designed to seriously injure or even kill the rider? Seriously, one might just allege that a certain turf plagiarized. I wouldn't, but one might.
Fire and alabaster, gin rummy, canaster.
That all being said, Ethel is brilliantly acted. Can't say I ever hated a child as much as her. You know, a blonde enemy kid needlessly hating on the one with wild brown hair who barely does controlled magic. Gee! The similarities are getting uncanny. Anyway.
Me too. Hey, can I borrow your skunk cream?
If I can borrow the toad oil.
Ah, finally, my soapbox from earlier. I have a real problem with filler scenes that needn't happen. Like this scene.
Your hair looks really great.
Yeah.
Thanks. I used this super slime rinse. Go on, try some.
The girls are all washing and hair washing and such, but no one is using water. I get it. It's a cold castle, and you don't want to kill your actors. But you didn't need to show us them washing in the first place. These conversations can happen anywhere on behalf of the fact that this is a girls-only boarding school. The bathroom and the dorm are only different in that you do your business in one and your schoolwork in the other. The talks that would ensue would be relatively the same, because the only reason they happen in bathrooms is because they are girls-only spaces. If your whole environment is a girls-only environment, you don't need to have these conversations in a washroom. They can happen in a dorm or wherever else, really. But no. Instead, we get a really weird washing scene that is full of meaningless blabber, lasts forever, and in which no one ever uses any water or soap. Again, I understand they couldn't, but they didn't have to use that setting. We would have been fine with this being discussed at lunch. I hate when people do these senseless paddings because no one is served and it looks ridiculous. It was the same with the bell I mentioned at the beginning. I understand you want to establish certain things, but sometimes Occam's razor is the best choice. Quick caveat here again, because Occam's razor is a philosophical concept where, in search of answers, you should think of the most obvious thing first. In the words of the undying TV show Scrubs, if you hear hooves, think horse, not zebra. And if you're Monty Python, you think coconuts.
We are now left with 2 empty coconut halves. How could these be of any further use, you may well ask? Candle holders, ashtrays, earmuffs, knee pads.
That, however, leads me neatly to this video's title. The importance of just being cute. This movie is entirely made for children. There is very little grown-up humor, if any, and that's perfectly fine. Some movies are made with very specific audiences in mind. And in this case, it's children, somewhere between 6 and 15, and is heavily relying on nostalgia to keep it alive and relevant. This movie is mostly kept in relevancy by Tim Curry's song. Spoilers, I guess. But we are basically right there anyway. This movie really doesn't care about internal logic or even realism. It wants to be charming and cute, so children have something to watch. And it does this amazingly well. It's written with children in mind. And for that, this movie is brilliant. It's easy, it's simple, it's good old-fashioned fun. Sometimes a movie doesn't have to be any more than that. And applying a grown-up's eye takes away from the beauty of a silly little gem like this. I've got a little more on that front coming in a little while, so I'll stop myself for now. Anyway.
Here's your broom. Remember, I got it for a birthday present.
Thank you, Ethel.
It is the day of the performance, and we are getting ready for it.
I really worry about my nose, don't you? I mean, do you ever think it'll get huge and sexy? Just like this one.
And when I say getting ready, I mean they are children getting ready. Once again, without a hint of soap or water, but some slime rinse, apparently.
Thanks, I used this super slime rinse.
Why don't they make it police?
Everyone is very excited on this night of Halloween. Halloween.
Hit it! I wouldn't change places with anyone tonight. We'll carve pumpkin faces and watch the witches' flight. Every human heart will shudder. Every soul will shake with fear. Tonight, the creepiest. Tonight, the scariest. Tonight, the most wonderful night. Anything can happen on Halloween. Your dog could turn into a cat. There may be a toad in your bass guitar, or your sister could turn into a bat. Christmas time brings the snow. Summertime brings the sun. But on Halloween, your blood begins to run. Something spooky's going down. Anything can happen on Halloween. It's better than a video. Gremlin's gonna mess up every cassette from London to Idaho. April 1st can be fun. New Year's Eve is a bore. But on Halloween, your flesh begins to crawl. Oh, I'm losing control. Anything can happen on Halloween. Your toenails grow long and your hair turns green. Your teacher could become a sardine. Your dentist could turn into a queen. Has anybody seen my tambourine? I may start playing big in the beginning. The craziest night you've ever seen. This hairy, scary, creepy, crawling.
Tim Curry always knew how to make an entrance, and this is no different.
We're going to start with the broomstick formation.
Let it begin.
Girls?
And while the girls are getting ready for the broomstick formation, Tim Curry very effectively tries to charm Mrs. Heartbroom.
Oh, Miss Hardbroom. Your girls?
Yes, Grand Wizard.
I love it, Miss Hardbroom.
Anyway, the broom formation goes about as well as you expect.
Faster! What's happening? Hold on!
The cursed broom eventually does its work, and the show turns into a spectacle of failure.
I was a fool to trust you. Get out of my sight!
I know what you're thinking.
You are to return to school at once. Go to bed without supper, and I'll see you in my office tomorrow at noon.
That Mildred gets blamed for.
I've got a split. I've got another gig.
I really want to know if he's referring to anything specific here.
But we've prepared a wonderful feast for you.
Mildred is understandably heartbroken and attempts to run away.
And Miss Cackle, she's just got to expel me now. She's got to. Tabby, we've got no choice. We've got to run away.
Which is where the movie forces us to reconcile with the B-plot. So, while Mildred is getting ready, let me catch you up on what exactly is happening in said B-plot. We first get introduced to Mrs. Cackle's twin sister, Agatha, and her left hemorrhoid woman, literally being ran into the ground by 3 girls. Over the course of the movie, Stania and Olivia over here keep interrupting our story to sing a song about taking over the school with other nasty witches. They are colourful and funny and just playfully disgusting enough to create an ick in children. It's well done and gives kids some necessary comic relief. And given that this is a kids' movie, that's all that really matters. I find it tacky and overdone, but I also don't have nostalgia glasses on, seeing as I grew up with neither the movies nor the books. Frankly, I only really know this exists because of Tim Curry. So yes, I'll stick with it. It's superbly done for children, who are the main audience here. Now, for the purposes of talking about this movie, that's all you need to know about the B-plot. A group of ugly, nasty witches. Trademark. Tries to take over the school, that's that. But for completion's sake, I will show you some of my favorite moments with them, in chronological order.
Oh, shut up! Now's the time to execute the plan.
What plan, mistress?
Well, we've got one plan, dingbat.
Oh, the takeover of the school plan.
Yes, that plan. Feed on it, Delilah. Scale a dragon, tooth of wolf. So if you're filthy, smelly, evil, wicked, and cruel, you'll be right at home in my little school. Come on, everybody, sing! Filthy, can't hear ya. Smelly, evil, wicked, and cruel. Mine. Yeah. Victory, victory. I can already taste it.
I can't even say it.
Prepare for action!
Right on!
Anyway, let's see how far Mildred got in the time I was sketching you up. Just out the door. Wonderful. Gives us a chance to catch that broom with her. Off she goes to feel how Kiki feels, albeit with a cat with a complex instead of a talking one.
to Basil.
Some green screens of Britain later, she overhears our ugly nasty witches and, for some reason, decides to go see what's up. You know, instead of getting help.
There's got to be a counterspell here somewhere, Tab.
Maybe Whisper? I'm not sure they heard you in Scotland.
Yes, here. I'll turn them into snails. Snails, yes.
Stop announcing your plans!
There's a stranger in our midst.
What? The slime rinse smell too clean for you?
Come on! Come on!
So, let's call this a chase, shall we? The slowpokes make their way down the hill, or in other words, 6 steps closer to Mildred.
Tell me, little girl, how'd you like to be a two-headed cockroach? Maybe I'm a little rusty.
While Agatha tries to connect to the spirit of Michael Jackson, Mildred does the unbelievable and turns 6 grown, ugly, nasty witches into snails.
Puppy dog tails, turn these witches into snails! We did it, Tabby! We did it! We really did it!
And she's rightfully chuffed about this, takes her trophies and gets back to school. Just in time for... Ah! Getting scared by this raging broom. Why is she scarier than any of the ugly, nasty witches? Anyway.
As if you weren't in enough trouble already, leaving school grounds without permission is a very serious offense indeed.
While Mildred walks the Green Mile, Ethel gets found out.
My broomstick, it did the trick. What are you talking about? She just couldn't handle it.
And I'm gonna move on, but you need to keep this in mind.
This is very serious, Mildred.
Mrs. Cackle's office.
Let the child speak.
Well?
Mildred is given the chance to explain herself, which is way more than I ever expected.
I don't believe a word of it.
But I turned them into snails.
You? Come now, Mildred. After last night's fiasco, how can you expect us to believe that?
She gets slightly ridiculed, even if it is quite mean-spirited.
And the leader looked just like you, Miss Cackle. Only kind of ugly.
However, Mildred knows just what to say to get a trusting response.
Did she have a name?
Someone called her Aggie.
I think she's telling the truth.
With the snails out in the open,
Ask her to step forward. She must admit defeat.
She'll never do that. Even as a child, she was never wrong.
Then she must remain a snail.
we wrap this up slowly. Sorry, I refuse to write a joke for this one. Even I am not that low. Anyway, at a snail's pace, we get to the resolution of the spell.
I'll give it a try. Untongue, noodles, and nags, turn those snailies back to hags!
The ugly nasty witches are ugly and nasty. I'm sure that comes as a shock. Before Mrs. Cackles puts a stop to all this and them in their place.
Now, what in the name of Halloween do you think you are doing?
Come, Mildred.
Mildred gets called into the Great Hall where everyone, including the great Tim Curry, applauding her for her bravery. Tim Curry holds a speech in her honor.
Once in a purple moon, there is a special young witch who shines above the rest. Have you made any plans for this unexpected holiday?
No, Grand Wizard. I suppose I'd better practice my flying.
Would you like to practice with me?
With you?
Oh, absolutely.
Before taking her on a private flight around the beautiful green screen side.
Who's the worst witch of them all? The classroom is a frightening place.
You see? You're not the worst witch anymore.
And Ethel is less than impressed.
Isn't funny.
And as the opening music joins our flight into the credits,
Growing up.
there is one more thing I need to mention before I wrap this up. Ethel never gets her comeuppance! She gets away with this whole thing like the British Museum does! Anyway, with that out of my way, let's conclude this movie. This movie is cute, and it needs to be absolutely nothing else but cute. I had a more or less good time watching this, other than the outdated teaching methods and some very questionable treatment of your pupils. I enjoyed this movie, and even with those things, it very much is a product of its time. And as such, an absolutely invaluable time capsule of what things used to be normal that we no longer do. Sometimes it's good to be reminded of how far we have come, just so we don't forget how far we still have to go. Tell me about your experiences with this movie, even if, like me, you only know of it because of the Halloween song. But especially if you grew up with this, I'd love to hear more. Like this video if you enjoyed, and maybe click one of my other Tim Curry movies. Consider subscribing if you'd like to see more of this. And thank you for watching. Torch and... what are the...
Shovel? Spade?
No, the pincers. The one with the 3 prongs.
Pitchfork.
Pitchfork. Clearly, Miss Hart, broom up her butt, seems to agree... Pliny wrote in 77 AD, it is acknowledged that the absent... Pliny wrote in 77 AD, it is acknowledged that the absent feel a must have been burning. Quick caveat here while I get resettled. The phrase, your ears must have been burning, Pliny wrote in 77 AD. It is acknowledged that the absent feel a presentiment of remarks about themselves